up and really have some intent in the game, for sure. And on the other side, San Diego, bravery. You're going into a hard environment. You have to be able to demand the ball in those tough situations.
Just under 8,000 in attendance. It's the biggest crowd that's ever seen a San Diego game in person. LouCity, San Diego underway from Kentucky. This will find Gómez. Whipped forward by Del Piccolo. This is easy for Trey Muse, a Louisville, Kentucky native, played at Indiana, Big Ten goalkeeper of the year, and a national runner-up there for the Hoosiers. Ben Spencer. Thomas Van Azeel, who was with Pittsburgh last year when this stadium opened, the first game after the pandemic hit the United States.
Mike, the first thing I'm noticing just watching this game is the stadium. The stadium, the fans. You would love to play here as a player. Should be an easy game for the players to get up for.
First time you got a glimpse at this, you exclaimed, this looks like a video game, it's so scenic.
Every time I've seen highlights from this stadium, I've thought that, and I've thought, wow, like I can't wait to actually call a game. And now they have increased fans today. I mean, these are the ones you want to play. You shouldn't have, the coaches shouldn't have to do much to get players up for this.
Van Azeel sends it forward, knocked back by Nicky Jackson, and the offside flag is up. That was part of the conversation we had with Landon Donovan. I asked about what's been a trip of 9,116 miles, 4 road games to start the season. They've got 3 losses. They're finally going to get home for their first home match against Las Vegas on May the 29th. But he said, we probably have underestimated that these players have gone 12, 18 months without playing in front of significant numbers of fans. And now you're playing in front of 7,000 to 8,000 today.
Yeah, that definitely makes it more difficult for his players. He tried to keep a brave face up about this away run.
And Hubbard turned this over poorly. Jackson leans back. Blake lashes this out.
Any chance, Blake, can you keep that down? That is a big chance for San Diego.
Dangerous giveaway by Hubbard led to it all. Rare goalkeeping matchup where both are from Louisville, Kentucky.
Interesting. So, Mike, I was saying it's a tough one. Away games, 3 or 4 away games on the run. Landon Donovan has tried to keep a brave face up and say this is what we expected.
Masoso went down awkwardly, and Spencer plays this wide. Ball lobbed simply at Hubbard. And a decent start here by Jackson, who's starting in place of Corey Herzog. This portion of tonight's game is brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places. The foul on Niall McCabe, but he said, look, we saw the schedule. We knew 6 of the first 7 were going to be on the road. But he said the difficult part has been getting on the plane after a loss and going home, right?
Mike, just because you know it's coming, it doesn't make it any easier. You still have to, it's harder to recover, getting on flights, the disappointment, losing. To lose 3 games in a row is no easy feat. It affects your whole life, not just on the field. You go home and there's something in the back of your mind, you just want to get this right.
Decent dissecting ball, pops over to Metcalf. And back to Hunter Ashworth, who played last year in Pittsburgh, only 4 games. Went from trialist to starter in about 3 weeks due to injuries in the back. Stoneman and Yarrow unable to start again today. Positive run here for San Diego. So far, have had a pretty good beginning. Guido goes back. the bravery isn't just in passing, it can be impressing, and I've been impressed by San Diego at the outset.
The bravery can be in so many different ways. As an attacking player, I look at it as getting it in a tough situation where you don't want to make a mistake for your team, so you might not go and offer for that ball. But your team needs you. This is a game where you have to go and get it, or a Louisville team will run all over you.
Well, this is better from Louisville. McCabe has Gómez out left. There's Jonathan Gómez whipping the cross through. Hammered out of play. Elijah Martin covered the ground. Lancaster making the central run.
Good to see Jonathan Gómez cut a good ball back. I think they've been working all week on these those kind of situations. Pick someone out. Don't just get there and flash the ball across.
Not for the intervention, Lancaster could have tapped that home for his first of the season. Piccolo through the legs of McCabe.
So even though he didn't pick an actual man out there, and that was a great area that he's put it into.
As a winger, do you sometimes think, I want to put it in a spot and assume the runs are going to make their way in that direction?
A lot of the time, the way it goes is you haven't really always got time to pick out an individual. I look at the center of goals area, right in front of the 6-yard box a lot of the time. And that's where I want to put it. Beat the first man. That's the most important thing.
McMahon will find Masoso, who took a bit of a knock about 2 minutes ago from his own player and was able to get back up. Gibson. Suwahi. Masoso. Brian Ownby is out tonight, suspended by the league as a result of an incident a week ago. Antoine Holpino is available off the bench. It's frankly unclear to many what Danny Cruz was planning to implement tactically on the night. In possession, I'm still not sure I've got a good grip on it. Those may be my layman eyes. McMahon. Good leading ball forward, back by Lancaster. Shot is on, deflects. Muse is there, denies McCabe.
That's a big chance early in the game. Look at him get to the byline and cut it back. Great little flick. What a block. What a block before it got to the keeper there. Good chance, though. Mike, it's been fairly open early on in this game. I imagined it would be a bit tighter to start. Cagey teams. San Diego have lost 3 in a row, so you might go in there and think, let's not lose the game early, but they've been nice and brave, as Landon Donovan wanted to see.
Good step, finds McCabe, and Lancaster goes to work. Guido, good step. Alejandro Guido is 27, went through the U.S. Youth National Team, was called into the U.S. full national team, but never capped by the American side.
Charlie Adams is another player that's very comfortable on the ball in there. When we talk about brave and getting on the ball, he comes to mind as well. Like, he will always offer for that ball. It's great to have a guy in your team like that.
6 years removed from being on the inaugural Louisville City side in 2015 when he came in from Brentford. Good slide by Masoso. Even more strong-willed by Jack Blake.
That's another side of the game there. You want them to go into tackles without giving up too much, but without it being too reckless.
My first thought when I see Jack Blake isn't hard in the tackle. He has so much technical ability.
Hey, when you lost 3 in a row, you're going to have to turn into another character now. And I've literally seen this happen. Like, you can't lose games and be the same guy that just wants to get on the ball. Now you have to get that bit of steel in you and put your foot in, as we say in England.
McMahon, Napo, Masoso. Gibson, Masoso reverts to Tosh. 10 minutes gone, scoreless in Louisville. Lynn Family Stadium playing host to San Diego Loyal for the first time. San Diego has scored twice, conceded 8 through their season opening road swing. Their 3-1 loss at Tacoma last time out felt like a pretty unjust scoreline based on every statistic imaginable. Masoso off the deflection, leading forward, Bone. So deflect away off Elijah Martin.
I heard you say he scored twice, conceded 8. Sounds terrible to the ears straight away.
Rolled in front, Lancaster holds it down, the back heel again, ripped by Adams. Goes careening off Van Azeel. But you listen to Landon Donovan, there's no despair in his voice.
There's no despair. He has to be the one that gets the guys up for it. So he has to lead by example first. He has to be upbeat. He has to have an energy that the players are going to feel and be able to rise up the next game.
They opened the season on national TV against Phoenix Rising, and he said, we didn't create much of anything. We were terrible that night. And if we continue to play that way the next 2 games, I'd have real concerns. This will find the edge of the penalty area, and the cross with Lancaster leaning toward goal. Deflects out for a vivified corner kick.
Mike, that's correct. That first game was terrible. He came out and said it. Since then, they've improved. They've been chasing games. Sometimes when you're chasing games, you can get hit on the counter a couple times, and that's what's happened to them.
San Diego in just their 2nd season, and of course last year you almost have to throw away. They have never come from a deficit to win a game. Short corner. Options beginning to percolate. Cross there for McMahon. Guido.
So before the game coming in, I knew there was going to be moments where San Diego was going to have to weather the storm. Any away performance to get a win, you have to weather the storm at moments, and it may be one of those moments.
Good deflection, but kept alive. You didn't do a lot of losing while you were in MLS, but some of those more painful experiences, how hard is it to keep that confidence up if you're Landon Donovan, if you're this San Diego side?
First of all, I'll say I've had 2 relegations in my career, so
you've done some losing.
I've definitely done some losing. How hard is it? It's hard. Like, you lose 1, you lose 2. Once it gets to 3, 4, it's hard to build up that confidence to go back out there, because it's now so important early in the game. You go 1-0 down and you're feeling a here we go again type feel, and that would be a disaster for San Diego now to concede early in the game. Must weather the storm.
I got in on Thursday night. Got a chance to see a bit of the city. I was telling Landon the least he could do is go to the batting cages at the Slugger Museum and pull up one of those bats and just let rip for a little bit.
You said that's your favorite thing to do. I remember when you said that, actually. I'm going to have to go to Louisville and try that now.
Yeah, went there, Guy Fieri's restaurant. I mean, you got to enjoy yourself a little bit, Lloyd.
I definitely want to go to the stadium. Can you imagine when they're recruiting players and they bring them to the stadium? They're going to sign up on the spot.
The stadium's good. Bourbon Trail is nice.
The Bourbon Trail. Okay, I'll let you tell us about that.
I don't remember it. There's the problem.
I can imagine.
Van Azeel. Landon Donovan in year number 2 at the helm of the San Diego side, with Nate Miller by his side. Former Lansing Ignite head coach. It's the San Diego side has Andrew Visliatis as the chairman, but they just added a new owner to the ownership group. DeAndre Yedlin is playing in the Premier League and for the U.S. national team. Just this week announced that he'd join the ownership group in San Diego, in part by Landon Donovan's account, due to how they've handled on-field and off-field. They've shown that this is a team that he wants to be affiliated with. A process that began in January or February came to a conclusion this week with the announcement. Spencer picked this off. The ball slid forward for Martin making the run.
Those are moments there. You'd love him to take care of that and find someone. When they haven't gotten in their block, there was a little opportunity there.
This portion of tonight's game brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places. Adams.
Adams can play. He can play.
Ball line, and there's Hubbard to make the stop. Guido coming off that left-hand side. And Hubbard, a critical intervention 16 minutes in.
This is nice and positive from Guido here. Look at the overlap. That's what opens up the space, and a great shot on goal. Good save. I wouldn't have minded him using the overlap as well. He could have gone either way there.
Leads to a corner for Jack Blake. Blake delivers. That is over Hubbard and nodded into the Estopanel end. That was Ashworth, 23-year-old second-year player, came in from Pittsburgh. And the aforementioned Blake captain Real Monarchs in the championship final victory 2019 for the Salt Lake City side in Louisville. Fans in Louisville thought the name sounded familiar. Blake again. Good by McMahon.
Got to take care of that ball in that final third there. These are important moments when you win it up high like they have. Got to take care of it.
Now, Lloyd, you think about Landon Donovan, what they've tried to work through. If you're Danny Cruz, he spoke to us this week. John Hackworth steps away after the first game. He said, I had no choice but to put my head down and get to work. He said the veterans on the team have shown him a lot of support, but in describing the way that he wants to play, a lot of it sounds like his experience as a player, and you know that quite well.
I know that quite well. We had some battles over the years, Red Bulls against the Union, and he was a guy that was up and down non-stop. The energy he had more than just energy, but his main characteristic that you would take away was the energy. So you can imagine his side. He would want that to reflect in his side, I would imagine, right? And those guys, you're going to have to run. You're going to have to run. You're going to have to go all game long.
Cruz drafted by Houston, time in D.C., finished his MLS stint in Philadelphia, and then went to Real Monarchs, the tail end of his playing career before moving into an assistant coaching role there. Became an assistant to John Hackworth in Louisville, then the technical director, and currently the interim head coach. Bone away from McCabe. Good step by Sawahi. Gómez. Corbin Bone. Of course, you had spirited experiences with Danny Cruz. Landon Donovan did too, believe it or not. Those two were on some of the better teams of the early stages of the last decade in Major League Soccer.
I thought you were talking about my other experience with Danny Cruz.
Well,
I gave him a bad tackle in one game. I think that's the last time I remember playing against him.
what a way to go out, a red card.
Red card, two-footed tackle. It wasn't even my style of play.
No.
Remember I told you, you've had a couple losses. You get into derby games, you got to be a different guy. You can't be a nice guy on the field. You know how it goes. I probably overdid it with that tackle, though.
And there seemed to be no ill will on the phone this week, for what it's worth.
There was no ill will. We had a little laugh and joke about it. He actually had to come off on a stretcher, I believe, that game. I was obviously off with the red card.
Yeah.
But I apologized to him after the game, so I think we squared it off right there.
Are you letting us a peek behind the curtain? Is that a phone call, text message? Did you head over to the dressing room?
I believe I went to the dressing room. I need to confirm with him.
Lloyd's a classy guy.
I was told to go. No. No.
Baca said, hey, get going.
Hey, it was Mike Petke those times, actually.
Mike.
Yeah, Mike Petke. Shout him out as well.
Well, Mike's never known a tackle he didn't like from his playing days.
Yeah, Mike, he knew about that side of the game. He would join in sometimes and get a bit too physical. You know?
This will get away from Masoso. This portion of tonight's game brought to you by Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport and Spirit Airlines, now offering new nonstop flights to 5 cities.
Okay, pressing Nikki. The screen, together.
Tosh. McMahon. Bone crossing, header steered. Del Piccolo knocks it down to the knees of Muse. Got enough to send it out. Corner, Louisville.
I love the way Del Piccolo gets into that box. He drifts in there, and he just seems to get onto the end of things. It's a knack.
It's a Vivify corner kick. McCabe delivers. Gibson appeal for a handball. There it is.
Yeah, I was just saying, I love how Del Piccolo gets into the box. Good little ball. It's a good reaction save. I'm sure the keeper saw that late. He's going to keep getting in that box. Oh, he's a more comfortable save than I thought, actually seeing it again. There's Charlie Adams again, picking out a man. Keep getting him on the ball.
Member of the local media, by the way, asked Paolo after the opening game of the season, all right, 2 goals. Are you after the Golden Boot? And he said, I scored 2 all of last year. Let's not get the expectations too high.
Yeah, that's a great return in your first game. Great return in your first game.
He's looking for his 3rd and 3 there. All of a sudden, Cameron Lancaster's record would look like it's in real danger.
Something about getting 2 goals early, it's just going to give you that fire to go and get more, though. So he's going to keep looking. He's going to keep getting in that box. Cam Lancaster, though, I fancy him to get some chances and get a goal. He's got a real eye for goal.
That 25-goal season, breaking the USL Championship league record for parading to Nashville, making his way back on loan, and then signed by the club this offseason. He's kept in. Here's McCabe. He's running downhill. Metcalf trying to cover ground. It's McCabe. Masoso. Masoso dancing, angle tightening, went down. Referee has a look. Still alive. McCabe crossing, nearly for Lancaster. But Gómez recirculates with a deflection right at Muse.
That was an exciting little sequence for Louisville there.
Come on, go!
Masoso tried to take him on, went down, got back up. This is that storm I was talking about, Mike, a little bit. It was a good bit of play to get out of that, straight from the goalkeeper. This was always going to be an interesting game, though, Mike. One team with 3 losses in a row, they're going to come with the hunger. You better believe they're going to come with the hunger after that. And then Danny Cruz's team at home, they've had a solid start, but he's trying to implement his style on the team as well. When they've got a new coach at any team, that's a time that the players know spots are up for grabs. Let's impress the new manager. So this was always going to be a good game.
And Danny Cruz was the first to raise his hand and say, this San Diego team is much better than their record would show.
For sure, I agree. I agree with that. You can't let something like that fool you. If you let that fool you, they're going to come in here and roll you over. You got to respect the side that they are. They have some good players.
And I've had a Western Conference coach describe to me previously who made the move from the East, as this ball's going to get kicked out and Gómez remains down, that the East is so much more physical and that oftentimes Western Conference teams can be put off by that. Landon Donovan said this Louisville team is a perfect blend of that West passing ability, technical ability, and the ability to go be physical like an Eastern Conference team and win in multiple ways. So it's intriguing. Gómez is going to be changing socks out there too. Now you saw Danny Cruz there a moment ago. We wanted to take you back to the glory days for both Landon Donovan and Danny Cruz. The 2011 MLS Cup final. Yes, that's Danny Cruz with the Houston Dynamo. That was his best effort at goal in that final, played in Los Angeles. Glitz and glamour. Robbie Keane, Juninho, David Beckham, and yes, Landon Donovan in the final 30 minutes scoring the game winner. He was the game MVP. And of course, he hoisted the trophy in Los Angeles with one of those Galacticos sides. You see Dave Sarachan there on the left-hand side. Bruce Arena led that team. Greg Vanny was on the bench that day.
Star-studded.
These two coaches, they know each other. They've been around the block.
They've been around. Landon, I mean, for sure, he's a legend. When I came over and I saw what he was doing with Robbie Keane, Beckham, and all, they were a tough team to play. Tough team to play.
Any memories of playing against that group of talent in LA?
You know what? Unfortunately, I was suspended a couple games. I think I was injured. I remember one game at Red Bull Arena. I believe we drew 1-1. Tim Cahill, last-minute header to equalize, I believe.
I was at that game.
Were you at that game? Remember
yeah.
that game? So I won that game. This is before I was playing every week at Red Bull. Sadly, there was a time when I weren't getting in the team like I was later in my career, but that's my main memory. I wish I had more, though.
And yet your memory of Danny Cruz is searing.
That Union team. Honestly, that Union team was a tough team as well to play. The Union fans as well. It was just a horrible game going over there.
Mike Watts, former MLS star Lloyd Sam. Louisville, third game of the season. A win against, win their opening game, and then the draw rather against Birmingham last time out. McMahon scored in the 3rd minute of that game. Nico Brett both won and took a penalty at the hour mark. Game in which Danny Cruz spoke to the immense pride he felt in his first game as the interim manager. Felt that the Louisville side had really spent itself, given the full effort. San Diego, 3 losses from 3 games. You'll hear it a lot until that first point comes. But if you look at last year, it took about 8 games to get it right. And the last 7-8 games, they're the best team in the Western Conference. Did not lose any of their last 7 on the field. Bone. Masoso. The overlap from McMahon. There it is. McMahon crossing. It's Lancaster. Still Del Piccolo. Suwahi. Suwahi. That was one of the funkiest looking rainbows I've ever seen.
I'd rather him get it back out wide to maybe a Gómez or get back out and get balls in the box. They look dangerous. They're guys in the box. There's a bit of movement. Del Piccolo's always around it as well. Cam Lancaster got a good little shot off, but unfortunately blocked.
Del Piccolo. Gómez. Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. Select is the official ball supplier of the USL Championship and many of the elite leagues throughout Europe. For the latest Select products and special offers, visit selectsportamerica.com. Good bit of skill from McCabe. An early ball forward. That's easy for Van Azil. Then the foul. Del Piccolo thrusts his knee upward as he looks back at the referee. Tosh, good read. Masoso is overtaken. That's a clean play, and Jack Blake is olaying him back to his feet. That's what 8,000 boos sound like.
Look at Louisville getting back. They get back quickly and they get back in their block. Then San Diego have to try and break that down. So I'm seeing the energy to get back in. I don't think Danny Cruz would want his players ambling back slowly. He never ambled back.
When you get into this low block and then you start to press, okay. But if you are sitting a little bit more, if you're San Diego, when you're staring that down, how do you try and beat that? Because they seem a bit impenetrable right now.
That's where you go to your guys with ability, right? You go to the guys that can do a little something and make something happen. So you want Blake, Guido, Colin Martin maybe to pick out a ball.
Okay, brilliant. Lancaster. There's the save. Muse, big rebound. Del Piccolo got a piece, and Adams clears this outside the 18.
I love to see that aggressive play from Lancaster. That's what it's going to take for him to get his first goal of the season. Great strike.
Much is talked about with his 25-goal season that shattered the USL Championship record. Not enough is spoken about the fact he also broke the shot record that year.
Listen, if you got a striker that's got an eye for a goal, you want him to take shots. You actually want him to be greedy. You want him to be selfish. You need a couple guys like that. If everybody's too creative, like one criticism on myself, I was a bit too much of an assist man.
This will find McCabe with a deflection, a corner for Louisville. And we've seen Lancaster affect the game in multiple ways. The little back heel in the penalty area earlier. That time he just decided this was his moment.
Yeah, he's been lively. He's been lively. I like his start to the game. Gets a little eye on goal. He doesn't need too much. Good strike. Del Piccolo following it up. I like Del Piccolo's energy to follow that up as well. He's in and around the goal. I wouldn't be surprised if them two make something happen for Louisville. But Mike, I'm saying you can't have too many guys that are too. You need a couple selfish maybe ain't the right word, but goals first guys that don't want to pass them.
Niall McCabe.
It's disappointing.
Turn!
Soccer Holdings Diversity, Inclusion, and Opportunity Committee will, throughout the 2021 season, name a minority-owned business of the month to assist with sustained change and support in our community. This month, we would like to congratulate the Black Italian located in the Highlands. Their catering is available 7 days a week for pickup or delivery. Be sure to show your support to our minority-owned business of the month. Drops down in midfield. Not much there for Nicky Jackson, who was a high draft pick by Colorado Rapids.
You got it. Right, go on,
In 2018. Gómez. There's Metcalf.
No.
Foul from Gibson.
I think San Diego will be quite happy with how the game started. You know, we call it stay in the game. 0-0, you're always in the game. So, especially as an away side, you can always go and nick one at any time. Probably want to see a bit more attacking intent.
but San Diego has had some bright moments, and Paolo Del Piccolo remains down, reaching for his right ankle.
Not much in that. Not much in that there for the captain.
Easy for you to say.
Easy.
You get a nice comfortable spot now.
It's the referee decision sometimes. It's just that's one thing tough about the booth sometimes. The referee decisions when you're trying to judge them. Maybe not my expertise.
Well, that's because you were always fouled and never fouled anybody, right?
Hey, I ended up a defender. I ended up a right back.
Yeah.
I was an attacking right back, though, to be fair. So.
Of course.
But every now and then you get a winger that's trying to run at you, and you're like, whoa. I don't know if you know of Prince Sadie.
Mm-hmm. Now in Phoenix.
Now in Phoenix. That was a whoa. He is very fast.
Comes Gómez. Nicks it wide. Well, it's been a spirited affair thus far. This rolls wide. Well done. Gómez. Gómez the cut. Gómez rips this across the face of goal and out the other side.
Unlucky Jonathan Gómez. What a great run. To get to 17 years old he is. Here I'm thinking get it in. When he did that I'm like even better. Unlucky. Gets to his right foot. That's nice and positive.
A lot of our conversation this week with Danny Cruz centered around Jonathan Gómez. The trust of the Gómez family in Danny, in John Hackworth, in the ownership group to give him opportunities. This is a guy who was around the youth national team for Mexico and the U.S., and he's already getting some significant sniffing from major European clubs. Who knows what the right next step is for him, but he's clearly working his way there.
He's working his way there. He just needs to get out there and keep playing games. He's going to gain experience every single game he plays. Danny Cruz was saying he was involved, was it 2 years ago, talking to his family, convincing them that this is the right place for him. And he did a great job. He's still there, and as long as he keeps playing, he's going to get better and better. To see him chop back there, I was impressed with that. I didn't know he had that.
And now that that's happened once, as a guy who's played a bit of outside back, is that now crossing through your mind where there are more options than you initially thought from a player like him running at you?
Definitely. I mean, you say a guy playing outside back. When I played winger, I could go either way. So I would chop left, chop right, and I would want to do that early to kind of let the guy know, hey, if you stay on my right, I'm going left. If you stay on my left, I'm going right. So yeah, to your point, they have to watch both sides now.
Well, Piccolo is not making friends with the referees tonight. Danny Cruz gesturing out as well.
Del Piccolo putting himself about. This is what you want from your captain, though. You need a guy putting himself about, running around. He's getting in the box, trying to get goals, and he's doing the other side.
Elijah Martin, on the other hand, I'm sure is grateful that that call came in.
For sure.
You see the fans here taking in the match tonight after a tremendous Racing Louisville win yesterday. Mina Ekic, star rising. We'll show you more about that at halftime, as well as some of the big upcoming events at Lynn Family Stadium. It's already been named a host for an NCAA championship. There's some big international clubs that are going to be making their way in this summer as well. We'll also have first half highlights and stats. Metcalf. This deflects back. Guido. Blake. Adams. Metcalf. Metcalf delivers. Hubbard.
Yeah, that hang a bit too high. That's a nice one for the goalkeeper to come and claim. when I see San Diego attacking, I'm not sure like what their route to score will be, just from how they're approaching these attacks so far. So there was a good strike from Guido early on. Maybe that's the route. Get that overlap. Try and get overload on the side.
Free kick one here for Louisville.
They do have Corey Herzog on the bench, though, who definitely has an eye for goal.
And the later this game gets, Spencer and Nicky Jackson as well. It'll be intriguing to see how Herzog is used. It's a 5th-3rd free kick in the 41st minute of a scoreless affair. Ball fired forward.
Great goal, by the way.
It's been interesting seeing Pat McMahon be the primary focal point. This across. Decent idea by Tosh.
That's San Diego now, 41st minute. You want to get to halftime. You don't want to concede a silly goal right now. That's going to change the whole complexity of the game. You want to keep it tight. You want to hear your leaders at the back talking other guys through it, saying, hey, keep it tight. Get through to halftime.
Elijah Martin will throw. Adam Smith in Fresno unearthed him at Fresno Fuego, the under-23 side in USL League 2. Reignited his career, was actually at LA Galaxy's academy while Landon Donovan was still a player. This will find McCabe. Gómez, 3 purple shirts, all making different runs. Gómez, the cross. Lifted out by Ashworth. Corner.
I love the shape on that ball that was coming in from Gómez. It was putting it into a great area behind the defenders and in front of the keeper. Good little block before it got there.
Vivify corner. Niall McCabe. Lifted away by Muse. Masoso took it on the hop. This is easy for Muse. USL on ESPN continues. Midweek rivalry matchup on ESPN Deportes coming up Thursday, June the 3rd. It's Copa Tejas returning with El Paso Locomotive, visiting Austin Bold, 9 p.m. Eastern in the Lone Star State. El Paso and Austin, ESPN Deportes, Thursday, June the 3rd at 9 p.m. Eastern. Well, Del Piccolo is trying to argue for Napo Masoso. Referees had a lot of conversations at this stage, and Jack Blake rolling around on the field.
Opportunity now to get some of the big guys up and get something into the box. It's a good place to win a free kick at this time. Get some guys in the box. When you're not generating attacks from open play, these set pieces become even more important. Love to see Adams put this into a dangerous area for someone to go and attack. It's a bit central, that's the only thing.
Ismir Pekmek with the whistle. Adams chips. Ashworth knocks this back.
You would hope for more from that, but Ashworth getting back now. He knows the importance. Get back, get organized, get through to halftime now. be careful at the back, though. There's been a few near misses of giving the ball away right in front of goal.
1 additional minute before halftime. Stoppage time presented by the Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Up by Gibson, header in front. Lancaster turns and fires. Lancaster once more. Masoso went down. Ismir Pekmek points. A penalty earned by Louisville in first half stoppage time.
What did we just say? San Diego want to get in at halftime. They want to keep this 0-0, keep everybody alive, get us through to halftime. Lancaster had the ball and Masoso wasn't involved in the play at first. Oh, he's been tripped up. It looked like he wasn't really involved in the play as well.
For what it's worth, Cameron Lancaster last year in the regular season, 10 goals, 7 were the first goal for Louisville, but not a single one was a penalty.
This is a very big penalty kick coming up here. This is a disaster for San Diego. You've got a matter of seconds to get in at the half. You've got to do everything in your power to get in at that point.
Well, big moment for the Louisville native, Trey Muse, in goal. We've gone well past the minute with the penalty in mind, and it could well be the last kick of the first half. Cameron Lancaster has scored over 50 goals in this league between Louisville and Nashville. And Lancaster looks for goal number 1 of 2021. Lancaster. Muse made the save, but the putback is in. Cameron Lancaster gives Louisville the lead in the 3rd minute of stoppage time. And with one finger to his lips, he silences San Diego, but ignites this crowd.
Listen to that crowd. That's a big goal for Louisville right now. Right before halftime. How many times do you see this though? It comes back to the attacker. Has to be. He'll take it any way it comes. That's his first goal of the season. Have to be there to put it in. 1-0.
That goal is presented by the Kentucky Lottery, fueling imagination, funding education. The Kentucky Lottery. For the 3rd time in 3 games, Louisville scores first. They've got a win and a draw from that. And what has been a really energetic opening 45+ minutes. San Diego's likely to end up feeling a bit hard done.
He'll be delighted to get his first goal of the season. No feeling like it.
In Hackworth since he was 17 years old, around the Philadelphia organization. Morgan went on to time at Akron, spent time in the championship before making his way out to San Diego, but is available for selection, and the whole Hackworth family is on hand and standing by Scouse's house here tonight. But notably, blood runs thicker than water. A San Diego hat on John Hackworth this evening. John Hackworth leading this Louisville side to a title in a 2018 season where he took over. 2019 led them to the final. 2020 had them in the Eastern Conference final, which is where Louisville always seems to end up every year of the franchise's history. And then after the opening game against Atlanta, abruptly left the club. And Danny Cruz is lead assistant and technical director, taking over as the interim manager. Ball knocked wide. Floated across. San Diego looking to get on the front foot early. At halftime, there were a handful of yellow cards. They are Vivify yellow cards. Niall McCabe And also Ben Spencer of San Diego. Masoso, McMahon, Masoso! Excellent sliding recovery by Charlie Adams.
I love that move there by Louisville. Straight from the back, a few passes forward. Masoso, he waits for his guy. I love this little wait. Let him catch up. Stay right there. Unlucky, great tackle there. Was that Adams with the tackle?
Sure was.
Saved the goal possibly there. Surprised to see the game so stretched already.
Bone
for us.
Quite good for us. McCabe. Bone swings the cross. Bone again. Ran out of room. Now, I mentioned Landon Donovan had known John Hackworth going back to the national team. I actually told Landon about a story when I spoke with him this week that John Hackworth told me when he first took over this LouCity side. That Landon Donovan, in John Hackworth's first training as an assistant coach, actually called John over and said, hey, help me learn how to finish, or let's just go through the motions here. And it was Landon's recommendation to everybody else, hey, this guy knows what he's talking about, that really got John Hackworth in with the rest of the team. It meant a lot to John Hackworth, and I'm sure it meant a lot to Landon Donovan as well. He seemed touched when we spoke about that and what it meant to him, that memory is what stuck for John Hackworth in Landon's time as a player. But with John Hackworth in the building, his son available to play tonight, it's only worth mentioning that over the past 3 years, it's been a weekly conversation where he's given so much and explained so much of his tactics to a neophyte like me. And I'd be frankly remiss not to mention how much I appreciated his friendship and his willingness to divulge all that information game after game. While everyone's excited to see Danny Cruz get his opportunity, hoping for the best for John Hackworth's future as well. This will roll all the way forward for Guido. Guido dances. Guido on the cutback, and there's Tosh. Read that all the way.
That's concerning for Louisville that he could nearly get to the 6-yard box. He didn't even really have to try too hard to get there. So if the second half continues like that, you'd want Louisville to get a bit tighter there.
Well, there's plenty of booing going on right now. Spencer went down. There is a Vivify yellow card coming out. It is Masoso, whose jaw just dropped almost to the field itself. Paulo Del Piccolo is wasting no time. That's the kind of defense attorney I'd want.
They seem so animated right now. They're not happy with what just happened. It gives San Diego a great opportunity to get a ball in the box early in the second half.
And Adams stands over it. This portion of tonight's game is brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places. Lloyd, I'm going to make you start doing these reads soon.
Can you imagine me fumbling all over that?
Adams delivers. Tasty ball to the back post, and a diving effort sends this skyward and into Scouse's house. Ashworth has found himself involved in set piece after set piece at this point.
Mike, what a great ball from Adams. Look at where the ball goes. This is exactly what it should look like, with guys flying right across here. Look at that. The keeper comes and he goes back. That is a great ball. You want to make that count, though, whoever's getting on the end of that. Got to make them chances count.
Look, you can tell immediately Landon Donovan likely had some choice words or a very clear tactical analysis of the first half in that locker room, because it's night and day. Blake! There's Hubbard rising up, taps it over the crossbar. Well, Landon Donovan's got to be fired up for his side right now. This is a totally different San Diego team.
And look at Landon on the side there. He looks fired up, as you said. Great strike. Great save by Hubbard. A little deflection as well. Good save. This is what you want to see if you're with San Diego. You want to see them have a real response when they come out. Some energy, some attacking intent. I've seen a few. There's been 3 or 4 motions I've seen that have encouraged me on the San Diego side.
San Diego trying to dig back into this game like they did against Tacoma. Metcalf scored in the 51st minute last time out to level it. The ball across. Hubbard the punch. Elijah Martin settles. Martin switches the point. Colin Martin pushes it forward. Curled ball came off of Nicky Jackson and out for a goal kick.
Halftime, you can just imagine. I mean, you've lost 3 games. You're losing 1-0 at halftime in the 4th game. There's got to be a lot of emotion in that dressing room. You can just imagine that there was probably screaming, possibly screaming and shouting. You never know the approach, but whatever it takes to get a response.
And you think to the way that everyone went to the dressing room at halftime, the kerfuffle, the brouhaha by the stairs.
Mike, thanks for reminding me about that. That would have added to that for sure. You going in, everyone's a bit more fired up. You can't wait to get out. You know, they got to be brave again second half. It's easy to be brave when you're 1-0 down or 2-0 down though, Mike. So, you know, you go into games when it's 0-0 and you're a bit more, you know, a bit tighter. It's easier to be loose the second half, so I want to see that from San Diego now.
Tosh, that got away from him a bit, pumps the brakes on Guido. This is among the highest line I've seen San Diego play this year. Good rolled ball through. Niall McCabe. McCabe whips for Lancaster. Gibson. Bone. McMahon. McMahon dances. Bone. High arcing. McCabe somehow kept that in. This deflects down. Van Azeel bypasses McCabe.
The ball was high arcing, but it was actually a good ball to a great area. Somehow, McCabe's got the ball back. I don't know how. You'd want them to be a bit tighter on that.
It's a decent bit of technical skill from Niall McCabe, isn't it? He deadened the ball entirely right on the end line.
Correct.
Gómez. McCabe assesses and recesses.
So, Mike, what we've seen from San Diego in a lot of their first games, they've been down, and then they're pushing for a goal, and they haven't kept the back door closed, and then they've conceded more. It's how do you get that balance of pushing for a goal now and keeping the back door closed at the same time? That's going to be a tough one.
Van Azeel helped to keep this out the first time. Now across, Lancaster got a foot to it and lifts it high and wide.
Lancaster's been sharp in that box. Great to have a front man that's just there, always ready, eager to score goals. It's a great little ball from Del Piccolo. It's a good chance.
Lancaster got his 55th Louisville goal all competitions, playoffs, regular season, and the Open Cup. That is a really high boot. And if you're going to call a foul there, one wonders why that doesn't come with a card. In my mind, if you're going to stop play, doesn't that therefore indicate it was a...
See, there we go with those referee decisions again, you know.
I'm getting you a referee's license by the end of this
season.
You're
always asking for referee decisions. But
I got to trust you. The same way I trust Devin Kerr, who Dave Sarachan gave like a fake A license to for coaching. I can at least get you in with some referees and
I hear you.
Work you up on it.
In my career, I once got sent off for 2 yellow cards, and I would have, if I was the referee then, you know, I would never have given me 2 yellow cards for dives. Sorry, I didn't even add that. The first one,
you got sent off for 2 simulation yellows.
In their opinion,
unreal.
They were dives.
Were they though? You can look back now, right?
My assistant manager got me in the room and we watched them, and I was just embarrassed. I was just like, No, he had me in the room saying that they're not dimes. And I was just like, please, can we just put this to bed? I don't want to talk. It was so embarrassing.
McCabe got popped from behind. Nismir Pekmik is getting it from all sides, including Jack Metcalf.
2 dimes, can you believe that? So embarrassing.
To be fair, I've seen a guy sent off for a second yellow where he ran into the stands and took his jersey off, and that was the yellow. So
I've seen that a couple times.
It's a 5th third free kick. And this is a dangerous spot to approach. McCabe, Lancaster, strong-willed header, Swahi. Swahi's saying clearly someone touched that. He's pointing at Colin Martin.
That's a chance. That's a chance there. You don't want to let a team like San Diego stay in the game. 1 goal away. You want to get another one if you're Louisville. He had a guy right in front of him. Not an easy chance to score.
Well, the referee's involved once more. I don't know that I felt the referee has gotten a tremendous number of decisions wrong in this game. I think he's largely had a pretty good command of this.
He's done well, actually. He gave the penalty, seeing it again, it looked like a penalty, and that was the biggest decision, right? You want him to get the big ones right. You don't want him to sway a game with a wrong decision, and he's done well with the big ones.
This seems like a long way out on a 5th third free kick, but Lancaster can strike and did, and probably let Muse and San Diego bit off the hook.
Yeah, he got that one wrong. It looked like a cross the way he hit it.
We've seen him hit 40-yard bombs before, but perhaps there was a diagonal run that was supposed to join that.
He's going to have more chances just from how he's approached the game. I know a striker, like, I know one that's eager to score goals. He's going to have more chances this game.
Spencer, good hold-up play, and he can turn into space. Jackson. Nicky Jackson got a shot away, nutmegged the defender and came to Hubbard.
I think Danny Cruz is going to be concerned about how easy they're getting into the box. It was just a couple passes there, and he's in the Louisville box. So I'm not sure how that's happening so easily now.
So if you're Danny Cruz, what's the shout right now? Is it maybe a lull in energy? Is it a tactical area of space that you'd like to see Louisville get after more?
I'm not sure if they're defending a bit deep, or they can step up to the guy that has the ball and engage him earlier, possibly.
Gibson goes back.
He'll want another goal for sure. I would imagine San Diego will be making some changes soon to generate a bit more attacking chances and threat.
You do have the aforementioned Corey Herzog awaiting on the bench.
He was at New York Red Bulls when I was there, and he's a guy with an eye for goal.
He was lighting the league up when he was with Red Bulls too.
That's true. Red Bulls too, they've had a great line of production and young players over the years.
Edge of the area, rolled across for Lancaster. Well, this is going to get out of play. We mentioned at halftime that John Hackworth is in the building, the former coach of Louisville City, and his son Morgan Hackworth is set to come in.
Mike, this is a good move here. I think there's going to be natural motivation for Hackworth to come and do something with his family, dad, everybody in the crowd. Don't underestimate things like that. As a manager, I would really play on those. When a guy's playing his old teams or his family's there or it's a hometown, let's look for him to really add some energy and some intent.
End of the night for Ben Spencer. This schedule came out, and San Diego posted a video on Twitter of Morgan Hackworth seeing the schedule theoretically for the first time. Realized only 4 games in he'd be going to play against his dad's team. That, of course, the Hackworth Derby, as we called it, ultimately didn't come to pass, although his dad, of course, is in the supporters section on the night. Hackworth played 8 games at Syracuse, then moved on to Akron, time in Memphis, and now his second season in San Diego. In speaking with the Hackworths previously, when Memphis played Louisville, they did not talk until the day after the matchup, but one would think that the conversation was a little more free-flowing this week.
You would imagine. As players, when we first get the schedule, we look at certain fixtures that mean a little bit more to us. So that's definitely one, as you said, he would have circled. You know, sometimes you look on the schedule and you see Miami away, and that might excite you for different reasons. Like, and then when I was at Miami FC, teams come down, they're real excited to play Miami.
We should note we saw Trisha Hackworth in the stands as well, and the whole Hackworth family is here. This portion of tonight's game is brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places.
So yeah, Mike, I've said it already, but I'll say it one more time. I would definitely bring a guy on who's got his whole family there and probably wants to make his mark. I think more managers should do that. So I like the move from Landon Donovan.
It's always better when you got a little skin in the game. Nice leave off here. Bone did get the shot away. Muse bobbled it momentarily. He has recovered. Louisville native in his own right, Trey Muse, who starred at Indiana. And Landon Donovan has said he clearly has the ability to play in MLS. He's got all the tools, but he's only 21, which for a goalkeeper is a baby.
That's a baby. They play till like 40 years old sometimes, right? So he's got a long career ahead of him.
But he needs the opportunity in the games, and this is the perfect place to get him. Coming in on loan from Seattle.
Nothing like games. Nothing like just getting that experience.
So Martin.
Important moments now for San Diego. You wouldn't want to go 2-0 down, especially with how your season's gone. That'll be tough to come back. Keep that back door closed.
Masoso. Can Louisville get a second here? It was a bit of a sucker punch for San Diego to take when it looked like they had gotten to halftime scoreless. Masoso won the penalty. Lancaster had it saved by Muse. Then tapped in the rebound that came right to him at the penalty spot.
Masoso's had a good game as well. He's been nice and tidy. He doesn't give the ball away, really.
He's a brilliant Swiss Army knife for this team because you can play him in the back midfield or the front line. Any left or right position, attacking or defending, he'll get it done. And at times he's had to play in the middle as well, and done so pretty decently too.
And Mike, the more we do games together, you're going to hear me say, take care of the ball. He's a guy that really takes care of it. Every time he gets it, he looks like he's thinking, let me not give this ball away, give it to someone on my team. He has a chance to take care right now.
So in on Martin.
Can't count that. That's an attacking. That's an attacking play in the final third. Got to take risks there.
It's a delicate balancing act, right?
You got to take risks in that area. Oh my gosh, I should be out of a job. That's commentator's curse. It's real. The commentator's curse. It's real.
Is there a word you'd use to describe that sky tonight?
Beautiful. Love that. With the stadium there as well.
Simple, easy.
You're going to have to take me to Louisville and take me to all those places you've been telling me about.
Yeah.
Don't know if I could hit a baseball, though.
Well, I couldn't either. That's the problem.
Okay.
There's footage of that. Footage that will never see the light of day.
Is the baseball coming out of a machine or someone throw it?
It is, yeah.
And you're missing that. Can't you set the speed?
I'd need slow pitch softball to have a chance. Fast pitch softball, I'd be even more lost than with a baseball. Those are real athletes.
Hey, I'm an Englishman, but I know the softball's a bit bigger, right, than the baseball.
It's bigger, but when it's rising, it's no thank you. Hackworth lets this come down. Chases McMahon. Turn by Colin Martin. On the road, can't watch the match? Turn on SiriusXM FC, North America's only 24/7 source of soccer radio. Ray Hudson, Tony Meola, Brian Dunseth, Rodney Marsh, and the brand new USL All Access. Every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern, fans of the USL can now listen to the best matches of the week. McMahon plays it away. Premier League, MLS, UEFA Champions League, all on SiriusXM FC, channel 157. We're on your SiriusXM radio, the SiriusXM app. Well, this is a sub we've been waiting for. Corey Herzog, we were told ahead of time Nicky Jackson would come on in his stead to start the game. Herzog will see about 22.5 minutes. Sub brought to you by MHS Global. And then Tumi Moshabani is going to come on as well. Replaces Alejandro Guido. So some major changes to the front line for San Diego.
I'm hoping these two come on and really give a spark to their team. That's what they need. Something different, attacking threat, some energy, some ability. Do something different. But you have to give your team a lift.
Run out by Ashworth. San Diego spoke about soccer truly finding you out. Doing the little things right is how you win games. There is a ton of talent in this San Diego roster. It does feel like they've grown into their last couple of games after what was a disheartening performance against a outstanding Phoenix Rising side.
Well, Mike, they've had 4 away games in a row. I know Landon Donovan's tried to have a brave face about that, but that is a tough start to the season. So you have to remember they're going to have some home games on the run later in the season. So this is a season-long thing you got to look at. You might lose possibly 4 games in a row, but you might win 4 at home in a row later in the season. So you got to take it with a pinch of salt.
And history says you get in a realm of 40-some points, and we've never done a division format before. We did groups last year in a shorter season and saw really disparate numbers get into the top 2. But what's going to get in the top 4 is going to change from group to group. You look at the Pacific Division that San Diego's in. Phoenix, a very badly bruised and beaten Orange County side. Sacramento looks fantastic. It's going to be tough sledding if you don't get points sooner than later. But all those home games late mean they'll always have a chance. The turf monster got not 1 but 2, and Moshabani runs down Main Street. Moshabani continues, and finally McMahon has picked his pocket.
Moshabani had a little run. It was good to see him driving towards the back. I've hardly seen that all game. Even though it didn't go anywhere, I like what I've seen for a second.
There he is again, Tumi Moshabani, who came in from Lansing in 2019. Second year with this second season club. This will come up on a tee and might have dented the scoreboard. Minimum, it scared people away from the bar. Napo Masoso will come off, and Antoine Hopino will come on. I think Napo Masoso showed you a lot.
He's been very good on the ball. Apart from my commentator's curse that I gave him before that, very nice and tidy on the ball. He looks like he really values that. And you know, when you've been in the game as long as I have, you notice these things straight away. So well played, Masoso.
This is the first sub used by Louisville. It's brought to you by MHS Global, above and beyond. Hopino on 29 career USL Championship assists. Played in Philadelphia for John Hackworth. That 29 is 10 shy of the league record. Nardo Forbes is still active in Pittsburgh. Looking for number 30 tonight. Blake dices through. Herzog's onside. Herzog sends it well off target. But that's a couple runs down the middle of the Louisville defense.
He said something different. Well done to even get in on goal, but Herzog, this is what you dream of. This is what you wait for. That's your expertise, getting in. I'm surprised with that finish from him. He'll be disappointed with himself. Hit the target at least.
Lloyd, are you a Rocket League player? Have you ever given that a go?
You gotta tell me about it. What's Rocket League?
It's on the back of the shirts. We had a whole USL-E Cup about this. Producer Sharney and I were up like 37 hours straight covering this.
All I do is play Warzone. You gotta tell me about everything else. Warzone, and I watch football matches now, so you could tell me a little bit more about it.
See Rocket League on the back. It's in a somewhat arcade style of soccer, played with giant cars.
Okay.
We've got the boosts. None of this is hitting home.
I'm gonna need to see video.
I'll get you there.
So wait, it's cars.
Yep. Playing football.
Playing football.
Yes, your football,
and
not my football.
And they're hitting a giant football into like a goal.
Indeed.
Sounds like fun.
It is.
And you played this before?
No. I just commentated over at Lloyd.
Oh, really? Okay.
This is what we did during the pandemic.
Got you.
Andrew Visliatis is the chairman of San Diego Loyal. He played for the club, which was intriguing to say the least.
I'm gonna definitely look into that now.
Okay. Next time Louisville plays San Diego, I'm gonna bring this back.
Yeah, you bring that back. You can bring the clip up as well if you need to.
It may be a few years.
I might be an expert on Rocket League by then.
Good. 74th minute, Louisville does lead. First half stoppage time. Adams was racing through, nearly caught Gibson. Lancaster got a penalty. It was won by Napo Masoso. Saved by Muse, but he put it back in. San Diego trying to get their first point the 2021 season, and having to do so at one of the most threatening venues in the league. Lynn Family Stadium, over 50% full tonight. About 15,000 could get in here.
I'd like to see that as well. I'd like to hear that atmosphere. 15,000 in here, a great stadium like this.
It'll be the home game against Tim Howard's Memphis 901 on June the 12th. The upcoming LIP FC, I'm sure you know about it, the Louisville Indianapolis Proximity Association football contest. The big derby. 75% capacity on May the 29th. So that's next weekend. This rolled wide. Holpino. Header! Oh, Lancaster narrowly missed it. Louisville's all-time leading scorer nearly providing assist number 30 there.
There he is again. Good strikers. The ball just seems to fall at them, just like it's a magnet. Unlucky. Good effort.
If you're Louisville, you're getting down to 15 minutes. At what point do you begin to think, okay, we've got a lead? Well, it's time to salt that away rather than look so diligently for a second.
It's interesting you said that, because it feels like they're still going for the second, right?
It does.
So maybe that's how Danny Cruz wants them to play. Maybe he wants them to keep going, try and get the next goal. But at what point?
Well, here comes Lancaster. He gets rolled over from behind. Play allowed to continue, and Hunter Ashworth helps Lancaster up off the ground. Holpino took it away now. Lancaster went down.
It was a bit late when he went down.
Well, there's a yellow here. There is no VAR, so where that contact began is now up to the referee's discretion. Here's the first challenge by Ashworth.
There's a lot of contact there. Good pace from Lancaster. Good pace from him. I was impressed with that pace there.
Well, there's the tug. Lancaster went down. That wasn't the foul. The foul was Holpino in behind. A Vivify yellow card will flash as well. So the Ashworth yellow card comes out in the 77th minute.
Mike, did it look like that contact could have been inside the box, by the way?
Well, and the argument is the play is already dead if you bring it back to the first foul, right?
Oh, it's the first foul it's come back to.
Right.
Okay. Good.
But the other side is if you allowed advantage and Lancaster gets clipped there, it's mighty close, isn't it?
Exactly.
McCabe or Del Piccolo, this is a little too far outside the sticks for Lancaster to have a go. McCabe steps, but Del Piccolo delivers. Niall McCabe, Paolo Del Piccolo rolls it through. He's by Colin Martin, and Martin ripped him down. And Colin Martin is going into the book.
Mike, what am I doing right now?
Standing up.
I'm standing up right now, waiting to see that again. Let's have a look at this again. Just enjoy this at home.
This is a Lloyd Sam special.
Love it. Great stuff. Del Piccolo, been all over. I said he's getting in the box, providing leadership. I didn't know he was bringing that kind of flair as well. When you got me standing up, you've definitely done something good there. Credit Del Piccolo there.
Now, Del Piccolo went down during a substitution about 15 minutes ago and was stretching out the backs of his legs at the time.
I saw that as well, Mike. Looked like a bit of cramp, maybe. Looked like he was stretching out his calves.
It's a 81-degree night. Humidity just shy of 50%, and that's exactly what he was doing then, and it's what he's doing again now. There's going to be two changes here for Louisville. Akil Watts is going to come on for Paolo Del Piccolo. Watts has played as an outside back, but also a bit as a holding midfielder. Tyler Gibson's a logical holding mid as well. Also making his way in is Kyle Gregg, who was signed this week. He was still on the street in Kansas City, went closer to home after St. Louis FC folded. Kyle Gregg is one of the better goal scorers in the history of the league. He replaced Cameron Lancaster, got his first goal of the season. Sub brought to you by MHS Global, above and beyond.
Cam Lancaster, what a performance. I fancied him to still get another goal.
Felt like it.
He's coming off, but, you know, we got Greg coming on as well, so he's going to bring some energy. You said they signed him off the street. You have to wonder how he's kept himself fit in that time, right? These days, we have to take care of ourselves while you're waiting for a contract, so you hope he's going to be nice and sharp coming on.
Watts for Del Piccolo, brought to you by MHS Global, above and beyond. Greg has scored 57 USL regular season goals. The cross is punched away by Muse. Right now, you've got sort of the old guard of goal scoring in this league. Herzog and Gregg on the field at the same time. It's a barroom brawl. Gómez, Watts toward Gregg. Still for Hopino. Hopino pirouettes. Hopino crossing to the back post. He's trying to pick out Watts making the run. Gregg was racing through as well.
Mike, I was just watching Greg in the middle of the box there. I like how active he is already. You said he scored how many goals? 56.
57.
57. Well, I contributed to one of those last season.
Yeah.
A bad back pass, first game of the season.
More on that in a moment. Fans head to Twitter to vote on tonight's Dr. Mark Lynn and Associates Man of the Match. Poll open for the next few minutes. Vote now, twitter.com/LouCity.
I'm laughing now, but at the time, I could have cried.
How did that end? Was it 5-0 or something? It was Miami FC's first game in the USL Championship. They went to St. Louis. It was in March. It was before the pandemic struck.
One game before the pandemic, it was that game. First game in the USL Championship. I get the ball and I roll it back to my keeper. Biggest mistake I've made in my career. which was reminded this week on our coach call as well that, as you know. Let's see if he can get another goal, though. I like his movement in there. Like, he seems active in the box.
This portion of tonight's game is brought to you by Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport and Spirit Airlines, now offering new nonstop flights to 5 cities. Calvin J. Fodry came on a moment ago for San Diego. The 17-year-old from California is making his pro debut, an academy signing for the 2021 season. So congratulations to the young buck, and doing so in front of about 8,000 people, 40 in orange. That's an unforgettable experience.
It's a great crowd to do it in front of, especially coming off of a pandemic. To get this amount is impressive.
Gómez was down there for a moment. Tonight's nuggets of the match are brought to you by Chick-fil-A Kentuckiana, and it's about Sean Tosh peaking at the right time. 20 postseason games played and championships in Rochester and a pair in Louisville. Are you thinking about his postseason experience, or are you thinking about the Chick-fil-A?
I'm thinking about the Chick-fil-A right now.
I knew it.
Everyone likes Chick-fil-A.
Are you a grilled nugget man, or a...
It's the Chick-fil-A sauce that is one of a kind. Well, you come over to the U.S. from England and you just find out about all these gems you guys have. You guys have been living it up for a while over here.
Yeah, we've been doing it right. Louisville escapes the pressure and gets into the final third. To the end line, good cut inside. McCabe cuts back, gets the return. Shot deflects down. Gregg firing away at it. Muse came off his line, and this fired out toward midfield. Sawahi keeps it in for Louisville. I tell you, I like my Chick-fil-A dry. No sauce.
No sauce.
I'm a no sauce man.
So what are you ordering with no sauce?
You can have the sandwich without the sauce.
Oh, the sandwich.
Yeah.
I was just wondering if it was nuggets.
No.
Do you ever get nuggets?
I don't.
Oh, my gosh. To be fair, I get a sandwich, but no sauce. So what's in there?
What's left outside the sauce?
What about any veggies in there?
They exist, but I usually pick them off.
You take the veggies out as well?
No, I keep those.
You were probably a nightmare growing up.
I know. I'm a nightmare now.
I'm not trying no sauce, so I'm sorry. There has to be Chick-fil-A sauce is amazing.
As far as sponsorships go, I think Chick-fil-A got their money's worth tonight. And Lloyd will happily accept nuggets at the next game.
If they can get me some Chick-fil-A delivered right now, I'll be appreciated.
Well, Ashworth was on a yellow, I believe. Tangled up with Gregg. And it was Gregg who committed the foul, so Ashworth getting tangled up with the Louisville striker, and that got a bit hairy perhaps for a moment.
Mike, back to more serious things.
Are we going back to nuggets?
No, more serious things.
Oh,
no more nuggets. There's points at stake in this game.
There are.
So 5 minutes left. San Diego need to make something happen. Charlie Adams, he's been up for this game all along. But can some other guys approach the game like he has? It's looked like it's meant a lot to him. Need to fashion some chances now. Who's going to create those chances? This is a deep free kick. I rarely see a free kick from this deep going in the box.
Cameron Lancaster just named the man of the match in the stadium. That drew a light applause. There's still business to be achieved here for Louisville. They're looking to catapult into a tie for second at this early season staging post. Just 3 games in. Be about 10% of the way through the season before they take on Indy 11 next time out. They've got 4 minutes in stoppage to see out a lead that they garnered right before the halftime whistle through Lancaster. The ball clipped across. Tosh sends it away. Further now, and now Gibson, the former Indy 11 man, sending this back, and Van Keziel keeps the attack on.
So, Mike, when they had the ball in the middle there, it was crying out for a player that is just like, hey, give me the ball. Let me make something happen. Just getting into space. I'm not sure who that guy is yet on this team. They've got some good players, but that in-between link between the midfield getting the ball and then someone that's going to make something happen is what I'm not seeing.
You mentioned earlier how pleased you were as Charlie Adams steps in. To see Charlie Adams on the ball, is that something where you're expecting, whether it be him, Colin Martin? Good effort by Hopino. Hopino driving, crossing. Watts slides in. Greg! He didn't know very much about that, but it's a remarkable finish. What in the world was that goal? 88th minute, a debut goal for Kyle Gregg. And for a man who was out, waiting for someone to call, Louisville in need of depth up front. Gregg with an answer.
He's not been on long. And I was saying, I like how active he is in the box. Look at him. He deserves that. I like how active he is in the box. I was just watching him on a few plays when the ball came in. You know, Danny Cruz said that Gregg's mentality is ruthless. So that's why I've been watching him. And I could see it there. He's a guy that's going to be alive at all times.
You know, I think about the movie Major League and how a different jersey can make you think about a guy very differently. Kyle Gregg in St. Louis was probably a Louisville fan's nightmare. And the kind of guy that just incited the passion of St. Louis fans the way he did in Oklahoma City and in Cincinnati. This is a guy who played for Louisville's biggest rivals. Landon Donovan just got sent out of the game. Ismir Peknik seems to be saying that he left the technical area and approached. Landon Donovan giving a wry look back at the fourth official. And there is an absolute frenzy right now at Lynn Family Stadium. It's a vivify red card to Landon Donovan.
It's hard to know what really went on there. You would have to know what he said. But Landon Donovan normally conducts himself in a way that I wouldn't expect that to happen. Didn't even look like he was gesturing too much, but only the ref knows at this point.
Well, Landon Donovan will make his way up the stairs and through the club level. It's such a unique walk back to the locker room, but it's going to be a familiar flight home for San Diego to start this year. The fans join in on a farewell jingle for Landon Donovan.
Honestly, this was a tough ask to come in here, to walk in here to a team that's going to be motivated at home with their fans and everything and get a result. So that was always going to be tough. San Diego will be back. It's not their day today.
I've looked at their last two games and I'm more convinced as this struck off the crossbar and in. What an answer by San Diego. It's the start of stoppage time, and Jack Blake just sent a laser by Hubbard. Game on.
And he's letting the ref know what he thinks about that red card by the look of it. What a great strike. Let's just enjoy this.
Whoa.
Like the keeper thought it was going over for a second. Great strike, though, off the bar and in. Always looks good off the bar and in.
91st minute. Hopino. Is there another one here for Gregg? Lashes wide. Louisville into stoppage time, which is brought to you by Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Van Keziel shakes off Greg. Those two have certainly battled before. And with 3 minutes to go, can San Diego just get 1 or 2 chances? And awkwardly, I would imagine Landon Donovan is now watching on ESPN Plus like the rest of us.
Correct. He'll be willing his team on. His team needs to get on the ball again. They got to go win it back. They probably all need to step up and start taking some risks now. 2.5 minutes left.
San Diego knew this was going to be a tough gig. They talked about being brave to begin the second half. They most certainly showed that. He came out and pressed Louisville after being punched in the mouth right before halftime with a penalty in first half stoppage time. Louisville thought that they had iced this thing away, but it's far from over with 2 minutes left in stoppage.
Mike, look at the goal that they score in this game. You can't rely on goals like that every week. We need to see some chances being created, some better chances for the striker. Corey Herzog had a great chance though. But you need to see a link man in between the midfield and the strikers. Maybe a winger, left or right winger that can just get on the ball, make something happen.
Tosh goes back. Hubbard, 90 seconds to go.
Because you know we talked about Charlie Adams. You want Charlie Adams to get on the ball and you want him to give it to a player kind of like a Coutinho type player. Not him, but
easier said than done, right?
That type of player. We don't need to find Coutinho, but a kind of with similar attributes, right? He wants the ball, wants to make something happen, and is creative. So
Blake. This will bounce down, appeal for a handball. Corey Herzog is barking, and Hubbard gratefully takes over. And the frustration on the San Diego bench, Alejandro Guido got up and rustled his hair as he sits back down with a plop onto the chair. 40 seconds.
40 seconds. And San Diego, the wrong team has got the ball. Do not want to give a foul there. Look, watch the seconds. You have to be aware late in the game. You can't give fouls away. Watch the seconds just dwindle away now.
Blake got a piece of Gómez, who dribbled his way to flipping the field in a vital moment.
That could be game over on that foul. I'm a big guy for late in the game. You can't give away these little fouls. Now, your whole team has to come back. Louisville comes forward. It's going to be 94 something by the time they take this free kick.
Ismir Pekmik just checked his watch. Landon Donovan was sent off moments ago. San Diego got a goal 3 minutes ago to get it down to a 1-goal game. Does San Diego Loyal have enough time to win this ball in the corner? Not if Greg has anything to say about it. What a war of attrition this is. Well, a foul's been given, it appears, and perhaps this just simply got out of play on the deflection. Just gets flicked back. Yes, a foul. And goodness, is there enough time for San Diego? Muse is waving everybody up. Danny Cruz is saying they've neared 5 minutes. Whistle to mouth, and it's full time.